Good afternoon. We are here with Ryan Gunzenhauser, Backhouse Assistant Director, and Michelle Tyson, Cafe Supervisor. And welcome to our next Chef Corner. For this one, we are actually featuring new items on our brand new signature Garden Cafe menu that rolled out just a few weeks ago. So yes, we're here with Ryan and Michelle, and I just wanted to ask you both a few questions. I know a lot of time went into these menus, the breakfast and lunch menu. The first question would be, what process is behind the making of this menu? Can you guys explain that a little bit to us?
There, it's quite a long process, actually. For starters, we had to decide basically what are we going to put on the menu with the equipment that we have and the people we have, and what are we capable of. I think we spent probably 2 months just talking about the menu and what will go on it and how we can do things. It's been quite an interesting journey figuring out, hey, what are we even going to do to theme the cafe? But we kind of settled on, this is the Garden Cafe, so let's have garden-themed meal names, different kinds of flowers, different gardens. I did a lot of research online looking for famous gardens in the United States, famous gardens worldwide, and how could we incorporate that into the menu, and what toppings would we use on different things to have that sort of all work together. And it took a really long time to come through with all that, just to come up with, this is what we're going to put on the menu. And that's the easy part, just doing that. So after I did that, I got with Michelle and I was like, hey, I've got these 25 new things that we want to try on our menu. What are your thoughts? And I kind of kicked it to Michelle to take down here to her team and sort of be the boots on the ground for how we're going to logistically figure out how to make everything. So if you want to kind of talk about what you did down here with your team, that would be good.
We took the new menu items and put them on as our daily specials to see if the residents liked them, which ones to keep, which ones not to keep, which ones would sell, which ones wouldn't.
Nice.
And I'd have to say every special we put on, they liked.
So pretty much it was a resident-driven menu through the process of, just trying the different sandwiches, getting feedback from the resident family, and then basically running with it from there.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was, and it was good to see the success that Michelle had with the team. I mean, at first it was like, oh my gosh, we have all this stuff, and everything's new, but working through the logistics, she spent a lot of time just taking care of where are things going to be located down here to make it easy for us to do service. Like, what are we going to put in the bain-marie? How's that going to be laid out? What are we going to keep in the refrigerator right here? Where are we going to keep our bread? Who are we going to get bread from? We just spent a lot of time with that, and she spent a ton of time with her team just figuring out exactly how that was all going to work. I think a lot of times it's underappreciated, all the thought that has to go into making everything happen, from creating the menu to figuring out the logistics. What are you going to keep on the menu? Doing samples to figure out what do we like, what do we not like, what are the recipes going to be. We had to come up with a whole new recipe book, and who are we going to order food from, and how much, and all those sort of things. And Michelle's taken that bull by the horns, and we're working on, hey, we're getting fresh bread from Terranetti's Bakery. How much do we need? We were just talking a few minutes ago. On day one, it was like, hey, we got to get a lot of bread. We don't know what's going to happen. And now we have that down to a fine science, where I think next week Michelle's going to have that basically on an auto order, where we're getting a delivery a few times a week of exactly what we need, because we know what we need. And we're going to be doing that with no waste. It saves the time to place an order, which has been great. So
Yeah,
that's kind of been going on.
that's good. Well, I know the menu's been in the works for many, many months, and I know you both put, many, many hours into this menu. And I just appreciate the, the feedback you were looking for from the residents, and just fine tuning all the details that went into this. So I just want to thank you both. So stay tuned. We're actually going to feature some of the favorite signature sandwiches coming up in just a minute. Thanks for joining us. Back here at the Chef's Corner with Ryan Gunzenhauser again and Tiffany Kaiser. And we are working on another sandwich from our new Garden Cafe menu. With that, take it away, Ryan.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm here with Tiff. She's going to be making the Tiger Lily off the new menu. The Tiger Lily is our grilled turkey burger sandwich. We make that on our griddle that we've got back here. So she's getting that started. We're going to get that turkey burger nicely grilled up. She'll cook that to 165 degrees for at least 15 seconds. That takes care of all of our foodborne illnesses. Food safety is a really big deal around here, so we need to make sure that we're cooking things to proper cooking temperatures. While that's cooking on there, Tiff's going to be working on toasting up the bun for this item. So she's getting that. She's got a squeeze bottle here with water in it. That's going to help us keep that turkey burger staying nice and moist while it cooks on the griddle. This is actually a pretty fancy griddle we've got here. It's actually has water locked inside of the grill. So instead of being a typical griddle where you've got rows of flames underneath your griddle and you've got hot spots here and there, this is actually filled with water, and that water heats up, so this entire griddle is the exact same temperature at any place, which is really great. So we can basically cook things totally evenly every time we're using it.
Ryan, is that a gas-fired griddle or is that induction?
This one is gas-fired. We do have some induction griddles. Typically they get plugged into electric, but this is gas-fired, which heats up the water on the inside.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's cooking away there. I know a lot of people had some questions about the Garden Cafe menu and where all the names came from. Before we just had stuff on the menu with names like corned beef Reuben or turkey sandwich or whatever. We thought it would be nice to give the cafe some more identity by giving it some more meaning. So I took the time to go through on our menu and research famous gardens, different kinds of flowers. So you'll see those things pop up on the menu. It's just nice to be able to come in and say, hey, I want the Tiger Lily like she's making, or the azalea steak, which is another thing we'll be showing you how to make shortly. And it just allows us to have some nicer marketing and create a nice feeling of, hey, this is an organized menu and there's some meaning behind it. So that's good. And we're the Garden Cafe, so we're going to have garden themed stuff.
So you didn't just pick those names out of the air when you were redoing the Garden Cafe menu?
No, I didn't pick them out of. Did not pick them out of thin air.
Little meaning behind it.
Yeah, if you look like, I took the time to research, famous gardens for different sections of like the breakfast menu, like all the omelets are like named after a famous garden, and then I tried to create the ingredients for that omelet to be, from that area. So, if you see a garden from the Southwest, you're going to see Southwestern ingredients on the menu item that we have there.
Very nice.
So Tim is just about done with the burger over here. She's got her thermometer there with a sanitizer wipe to make sure it was nice and clean. I'm going to get out of her way because I'm blocking some of her ingredients. In order for us to help keep the line moving at a decent pace, you will see she's got her cutting board set up over here, and while that turkey burger is finishing cooking, she's actually getting the bun ready, the avocado slices, the lettuce and the tomato, and basically getting that ready so that when that turkey burger's done, she can get that off the grill and get that served to you as quick as she can.
Very nice.
Browns up really nicely on the grill, and she'll check the temperature there. And I'm sure it's probably done at this point. So yeah, she's got the correct temperature and pulling that off the grill. So she sets that up over here. People also don't know this, another food service thing, that's a white cutting board. White cutting boards are for ready to eat foods. So for example, this Tiger Lily right now is ready to eat. We would use a white cutting board for that. We also have red ones for raw meats and green ones that we use for fresh produce. That's just another piece of our food safety. So once that's all together, it goes right on the bun. We would typically just cut that in half, and that would be served to you for your lunch.
Very good. Meet the Tiger Lily. We are here today with Ryan Gunzenhauser, Backhouse Assistant Director, and Savannah Maurer, Cafe Attendant. And we are featuring some new items on today's Chef Corner with our new Garden Cafe menu. With that, take it away, Ryan.
All right, like Sean said, I'm here with Savannah today. We are going to be showing you all how we make our world famous corned beef Reubens. Sean pans in right now. You can see our marbled rye bread. We order that from Taranetti's Bakery. It comes in fresh. We order our bread every other day, so you're getting fresh baked bread delivered on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday every week. We get that in special just for us. So Savannah, I'm going to have you go ahead and start making the Reuben. As you can see, we've got our bain marie set up here with all the things that we need to make all of our cold sandwiches in the cafe. Savannah's got the Swiss cheese out, and she's working on getting the corned beef on there. We actually pre-portion out the corned beef that we get in when we slice it up, as well as the cheese. That just allows us to be consistent with what we're making every day and allows us to go a little bit faster when we're making sandwiches and there's a line of people. As you can see here, she's got the sauerkraut on there. She's going to add some of the Thousand Island dressing. So we have all your general normal Reuben ingredients on there. She gets that all together. And then she's going to take that over here to our Turbo Chef. Basically, this is like a high-tech sort of toasting oven, microwave, combi oven type of piece of equipment. This allows us to achieve basically nice, toasty, hot food much more quickly than it would take to use a griddle or anything like that. And at the same time, it's not really a microwave, so you're not getting a microwaved food. This Reuben's going to come out of here. The bread's going to be crispy. We use this piece of equipment for lots of other things in our cafe as well. You'll see chicken tenders and things like that going in there. So halfway through the cycle, she takes that out, flips it over. Again, that's just helping us get both sides cooked nice and evenly and allowing that bread to toast. The great thing about this is if you come down to the cafe and you don't have a whole lot of time, we're not waiting in line forever for these things to come out of the Turbo Chef. It's a pretty quick process, and our staff can be working on other stuff while things are in there. But if you can see on the screen here already, that Reuben is done. So she'll use that to get it out of there. It is hot on that little tray, so we've got that. And then our team just takes it back over here to the bain marie, and she will cut that, and that'll be ready for service.
Wow. So if it gets busy, very nice.
Yeah, you can see the steam coming off.
Good
right
job,
there.
Savannah. Looks like that has a good crunch on it, but it's nice and moist in the middle as well.
Yes.
So we do have a second Turbo Chef over here with the new menu coming in. We did purchase a second Mary Chef, which does make it very efficient and convenient for a lot of the new sandwiches on the Garden Cafe menu.
It does. And that's our phone. All right, so Jackson's had the Portobello mushroom grilling here for a few minutes. He's got that just about finished up, so he's going to use his cutter right there to slice this down. He's got that in 5 or 6 pieces there. You know, Portobello mushrooms make a really good substitute for a burger or chicken. They are very absorbent, so they get a lot of good flavor from whatever they're in. All of our portobellos we use, we take the time to stem them and de-gill by scooping out all the gills under there. That way we got them nice and clean, and gives them a little bit better texture and flavor.
You know, Ryan, when I first looked at that, I thought it was a burger for a second. It does simulate a burger.
It does. All right, so that's all finished up. So Jackson's got that going on his wrap. It's important to try to space the ingredients out pretty good on a wrap because you want to try to get every bite to have some of all the ingredients just so the flavor is consistent throughout it. So he'll show you how he wraps that up there. nice and full. No? Cut it in half.
And there you
There you
have.
go. And that is our Lotus.
Very nice. Thank you, Jackson. Thank you, Ryan. I just want to put a plug in. Looking at those fresh vegetables on that wrap, we are starting up our Field to Table program next month. We have a variety of volunteers that are going to help out, and when the vegetables of our labor come in later July, August, and September, we'll be featuring them with our signature sandwiches. I just want to say thanks again to Jackson on this one and Ryan. Ryan with another sandwich special from our brand new Garden Cafe menu. Take it away, Ryan.
Alrighty, I am back and I am here with Mr. Jackson Andrews. We are going to be making the Lotus. The Lotus is one of our vegetarian grilled items. For those of you who are vegetarian, you're probably very excited to see some vegetarian items on the new cafe menu. Jackson's going to start us off here making a grilled portobello mushroom. He's got that ready to go right there in its marinade. That's a secret recipe. So he's got that there. We'll be getting it nice and hot on the grill. This is a wrap, all vegetables. So Jackson's got the wrap out here on the counter. One of the items that is on this is a balsamic glaze. So you can see he's got the glaze right there. We actually buy in our balsamic glaze. It would take a boatload of balsamic dressing and vinegar to be able to boil that down to get that little amount of glaze. So it's much more cost effective for us to purchase that and bring it in. So while he's got the portobello mushroom grilling up over there, he's gathering up the rest of his ingredients. So you can see here he's got the lettuce and tomatoes going on his wrap a while. Again, we try to be very efficient so that we can get you in and out of the area as quickly as we can. That way you can get on with your activities for the day or whatever you might have going on. This takes a few minutes to get grilled up. So Jackson's getting the rest of the ingredients here. All right, he's got the diced onions going on there, and then he's got Italian roasted red peppers that we use. Get those.
We are here with Ryan Gunzenhauser again on our Chef's Corner with another item from our brand new Garden Cafe menu. Take it away, Ryan.
I'm here with Nina Chantrin today. She's going to be showing us how to make one of our most popular items, which is the cheesesteak that everybody loves. The cheesesteak on the new menu is called the Azalea steak. So she's getting started over here at the grill. She's got her 8-inch fresh steak roll from Taranetti's Bakery on the grill toasting. At the same time, she's got some diced onions and diced yellow peppers going down. They have just a touch of butter in there to make sure that they don't stick to the grill and add a little bit of flavor. Right there is a non-stick spray that we use. That's going to help us keep our steak from sticking to the grill. We get pretty busy at lunchtime, so we actually get the steak meat cooked ahead of time so that we can reheat it when you all come down here so we can get you in and out of the cafe as quickly as possible. We know that a lot of you are here on a lunch break if you're staff, or if you're a resident, you might have some other plans. If we cook that from fresh, it would probably triple the amount of time it would take to make a cheesesteak while you're here. So we try to be respectful of everybody's time with that. So she's got the steak going, it's under the lid. Again, that's helping trap heat in there. It's going to help it cook faster. While that's on there, every now and then you'll see she'll take the lid off while she's got that going. Once things start getting hot, we start mixing it together on the grill, which is really great. She just went in the bain-marie. She's getting our marinara sauce that goes on that. So if you've been down here in line waiting, you've seen this process probably happen a bunch of times if you're a cheesesteak eater. So she's got that going on there. That's not going to take very long to get hot on this grill. Again, this is a very, very hot grill. So she's using her tools there to get this all mixed together for you and get it nice and hot.
One thing I just wanted to add, I know Ryan's been talking about these fresh Taranetty rolls. Ryan, you know, I know I live in Lidditz and we have a couple different sandwich shops, but man, there is something to be said for that fresh baked roll. I know I have a couple places to choose from, but I am always gravitating towards those sandwich shops that basically come in with those real fresh baked rolls. So I know that does wonders for these sandwiches. That's a great feature to a lot of these new items on the Garden Cafe menu.
Yeah, and and we're trying to work on our local purchasing too. Some of you may be familiar with Terranetti's Bakery, but they're based out of Mechanicsburg. So they're not a very long drive away. I've actually worked with them for a number of years. I used to work at Women and Babies Hospital for 10 years and also at Landis Homes before I came here. Terranetti's has always been reliable. They've always had the freshest bread. We've used a couple of different other places since I've been here, but we've basically over time just been narrowing this down to end up with just Terranetti's with our fresh baked breads. It's hard to beat that local fresh quality that we get from them when we have other vendors that either they're coming from farther away or we have to get stuff shipped in and they're just not reliable. But these guys have been great with getting us good fresh product reliably for quite a while now. So everyone's doing.
Wow, let me get a shot of that, Nina, before you take that off. That's just a lot of azalea steak goodness right there that we're looking at.
Yeah, sometimes you can see cheesesteaks with cheese whiz or things like that on them. We use fresh sliced mozzarella cheese here. We get that all mixed in together. This is making me pretty hungry right now watching this happen. All right, so she's got that just about hot, so she'll be pulling the roll off of the grill here and getting that put together for us. You can see that roll's beautifully toasted.
Yeah, let me do a shot of that roll there. That's nice and toasted up on that flat top grill. Very nice, Nina.
Got that all ready, so get that all scooped up and get it in there. I've heard this 1,000 times. If it's not a sloppy cheesesteak, it's not a cheesesteak. So that's about as good as it gets there, folks.
Ryan, I came down here and I got to be honest, I just got done eating lunch a little bit ago and a cheesesteak was probably the last thing on my mind, but watching Nina grill up that azalea, I'm pretty sure I could sit down and eat that right now. That looks good.
She's got that there.
Very nice, Nina. Great job.
Thank you.